Fired for refusing to overcharge client, I walked out and started my own firm. I still remember the exact second my career cracked. It wasn't loud. No dramatic music, no slow motion moment. Just a quiet sentence from my boss. Add another 40% to the invoice. The client won't question it. I stared at him, waiting for the punchline. There wasn't one. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, numbers blinking, cursor flashing, my stomach twisting. 40%. Not a rounding error, not a miscalculation. A lie. You want me to inflate it? I asked, keeping my voice steady. He leaned back in his chair like this was routine, like we were discussing lunch. It's called adjusting margins, he said. They're a big client. They expect premium billing. I swallowed. They expect honesty. He smiled. That kind of smile that makes your skin crawl. You're still new, he said. You'll understand soon. But here's the thing. I already understood. That's why I couldn't do it. I looked at the file again. The numbers were clean, accurate, fair, and apparently unacceptable. I'm not changing it, I said. Silence. Heavy, thick, dangerous. He leaned forward now, smile gone. Excuse me? I'm not overcharging them, I repeated. It's wrong. His jaw tightened. You're refusing a direct instruction? I'm refusing to lie. That's when everything shifted. You ever feel that moment? When the air changes and you know something bad is about to happen, but you say it anyway? Yeah, that was mine. He stood up slowly, like he was trying to stay calm. You realize your position here depends on your ability to follow company direction? I felt my heart pounding, but my voice didn't shake. If that's the direction, maybe I shouldn't be here. Boom. There it was. The sentence that ended everything. He didn't argue after that. Didn't shout. Just nodded once. Cold. Then maybe you shouldn't. And just like that, I was done. No warning, no second chance, no HR meeting. I packed my desk in under 10 minutes. A coffee mug, a notebook, a photo I didn't even remember placing there. Coworkers avoided eye contact. Some looked sorry. Most looked relieved it wasn't them. I walked out of that glass building with my box in hand and absolutely no plan. Just anger. And something else. Fear. Because here's the truth nobody talks about. Doing the right thing feels awful when it costs you everything. I stood outside, staring at my reflection in the glass doors. Unemployed. Over one decision. One no. And I kept thinking, did I just ruin my life? Or save it? Tell me, what would you have done in my place? Would you have changed the numbers and kept the job? Or walked away like I did? And before we go further, I'm curious. Tell me, what time is it for you right now? And where are you watching from? Because trust me, where this story goes next, I didn't see it coming either. That night, I opened my laptop. Not to job hunt, not to update my resume, but to do something reckless, something stupid, something that, at the time, felt like my only option. I started writing a message to the client. And that message, it changed everything. My hands were shaking when I hit compose. I stared at the client's email for a full minute before typing a single word. What was I even doing? I had just lost my job, and now I was about to burn any chance of getting a reference too. But something inside me refused to stay quiet. If I walked away without saying anything, I'd be part of it. And I wasn't. Not anymore. So I started typing. Simple, direct, honest. Hi, I wanted to reach out regarding your recent invoice. I explained everything. Not emotionally, not dramatically, just facts. What the actual cost was, what I was instructed to add, why I refused. I read it 3 times. Hovered over send. My brain screamed, "Don't do it." My gut said, "Do it." I clicked. And just like that, there was no going back. The second it sent, panic hit. What if they ignored it? What if they reported me? What if my old boss found out and made sure I'd never work again? I didn't sleep that night. Every notification made my heart jump. Morning came, no reply. Afternoon, still nothing. By evening, I started regretting everything. Maybe I should have stayed quiet. Maybe I should have just moved on. Then, 9:42 p.m., my phone buzzed. An email from the client. I froze, took a deep breath, opened it. "Can you get on a call tomorrow morning?" That was it. No anger, no accusations, just that, which somehow made it worse. I barely slept again. The next morning, I sat at my tiny kitchen table, laptop open, heart racing. The call connected. 3 people were on the line. All senior, all serious, and all staring at me like I was about to testify in court. "Thanks for speaking with us," one of them said. "We received your email." I nodded. "I understand this is unusual," I said carefully. "That's one word for it," another replied. Great, this was going well. Then the first man leaned forward. "Is what you wrote accurate?" No escape now. "Yes," I said. No hesitation, no softening, just the truth. Silence. A long one. Then he nodded slowly. "Thank you for your honesty." "Wait, what?" I blinked. "I'm sorry?" He continued, calm and sharp. "We've suspected billing inconsistencies for months. You just confirmed it." My heart skipped. Months? "You mean this isn't the first time?" I asked. They exchanged looks.
"It's not," he said. "And frankly, we're more interested in you than in them right now." That hit me out of nowhere. "Me?" "Yes," he said. "You walked away instead of participating. That tells us more than any resume." I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. Then came the sentence that changed everything. "Would you consider working with us directly?" I thought I misheard. "I don't have a firm," I said. "Not yet," he replied. My brain struggled to catch up. Yesterday, I had a job. Today, I had nothing. And now, this? I don't even know where to start, I admitted. "That's fine," he said. "Start by telling us, if you were in charge, how would you handle our account?" And just like that, the interview began. Except I wasn't prepared. No notes, no slides, no plan. Just instincts. So I told them what I would fix, what I would cut, what I would improve. I forgot I was supposed to be nervous. I just spoke. Because for the first time, I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I was just being honest. Again.
When the call ended, they said they'd be in touch, which usually means nothing. But something about this felt different. Still, reality hit hard. I was unemployed. No steady income, no safety net, and possibly blacklisted by my former company. I closed my laptop and sat there in silence. What had I just done? Did I just open a door or step into a void? That evening, I got another email. Short, direct, and terrifying. We'd like to move forward. Send us your proposal. Proposal? For what? A job? A contract? Or something much bigger? Because here's the problem. I didn't have a company, not even a name. But somehow I had a client. And what I did next could either build my future or completely destroy it.
I stared at the email for a long time. We'd like to move forward. Send us your proposal. No instructions, no safety net. Just expectation. And me, sitting in my tiny apartment with no company, no team, and no idea what I was doing. I laughed. Actually laughed, because the situation was ridiculous. 2 days ago, I had a stable job. Now, I had a potential client asking for a proposal from a business that didn't even exist. But here's the thing. Opportunities don't wait for you to feel ready. They show up and dare you to act. So I did something bold. I opened a blank document and typed a company name. It felt fake at first, like I was pretending. Until I realized every company starts that way. Made up until it isn't. I worked all night. No templates, no copying. Just pure clarity. What they needed, what I could deliver, how I would do it differently. Transparent pricing, detailed breakdowns, no hidden fees, no adjusted margins. I even added a line that made me pause before typing it. We charge for value, not deception. Too much? Maybe. But I left it. Because if this worked, it had to be built on truth. By morning, my eyes burned, my head hurt, and my proposal was done. I read it once, didn't overthink, hit send. Then came the worst part, waiting. Hours felt like days. Every second stretched. What if they laughed? What if they realized I was just one person pretending to be a firm? What if I had completely overplayed my hand? By evening, my confidence was gone. By night, doubt took over. This was a mistake. I should have just found another job. I should have played it safe. Then, 10:17 p.m., another email. My heart pounded as I opened it. We accept. I froze. Read it again. And again. Still the same. We accept. No negotiation. No hesitation. They trusted me. Me. A woman with no company yesterday? Now running one. I didn't celebrate. Not yet. Because reality hit fast. Now I actually had to deliver. I needed systems, contracts, processes, support, everything. And I had none of it. The next few weeks, chaos. I worked nonstop, learned on the fly, made mistakes, fixed them, cried once, maybe twice. Okay, more than twice. But I didn't quit. Because every time I thought about giving up, I remembered that moment in my boss's office. Add another 40%. And my answer. No. That no cost me my job. But it gave me something bigger. Control, freedom, integrity. And slowly, things started to grow. One client turned into 2. 2 turned into 5. 5 turned into more than I could handle alone. So I hired help. Carefully. People who valued honesty as much as I did. People who wouldn't flinch when things got hard.
And 1 year later, I walked past my old office building again. Same glass doors, same reflection.
But this time, I wasn't the woman carrying a box of belongings. I was the woman building something real, something mine. And the best part? A few months after I left, that company lost the client. Not because of me, because truth always catches up. So let me ask you, have you ever stayed silent when you knew something was wrong? Or would you risk everything to do what's right? Because sometimes the scariest decisions create the strongest versions of us. If this story made you feel something, hit like and subscribe. And stick around for more stories that remind you your next chapter might be one bold decision away.